Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to race 6 of the Gran Turismo 6 Sunday League Season 3. This is the final race in the Mitsubishi Evos and the Subaru Imprezas. Next week we'll be moving on to the Red Bull Juniors. But here we go, here's qualifying for Apricot Hill. Got my dad lining up at first, Bill second, Brian likes this track a lot, he came third, myself in fourth, Raymond's fifth, Stuart sixth, Rennie seventh, Mike eighth, Phil ninth, Dougie 10th, and Chuck rounded out the field in 11th place. So here we are, lining up in the grid ready for race 6, this midway point in the season, but the final race for these cars. Some people will be glad to see them gone, I can tell you that much. But I think it's been quite interesting. I've enjoyed the races and battles. I had some good battles of Remus throughout the season, so it's been quite interesting. I've quite enjoyed it. But here we go, final race, and I'm actually quite looking forward to the Red Bulls, to be honest with you. Very, very nice handling cars. But here we are, lining up in the grid, waiting for lights to go out. Another long wait. I think there is no kind of intermediate between these lights, but I think it's just a long wait all the time. But anyway, here we are, off for race 6. Both my dad and Bill got a great start. I'm going to see if I can get Brian up the inside into this turn 1. Which, this corner proved quite tough actually. The car just wanted to drift it right and hit the gravel all the time, but we'll try and avoid that as much as we can in this race. There we go, just following suit. Bill's going a little bit wide there. Brian's going to try and see if he can make a move around him. Block him off so he doesn't pull away as usual. So we have a little bit of a train here, going around the long left-hander down the back straight. The Brian's looks like he's making a move around the outside. Oh, it's just sitting in behind. One thing I noticed in this race was there's a massive speed difference between my Evo and their Imprezas. I hadn't noticed it at all until this race. I thought it was all quite even up until this one, but my god, even in their slipstream I couldn't catch them down the straight, and it was just a nightmare. Pissed me off quite a lot. But here we are anyway, on their backs to the corners. I'm pretty much the same with them, if not quicker. Got Brian sitting here in front, see if I can make a move round here somewhere. Quite like the chicane, try to avoid getting penalties, but I quite enjoyed it, going through it, just darting in and out the corners. Here we go around the final corner, end of lap 1. I haven't really made up any positions at all. And again, down the straight, didn't really catch him at all, no slipstream. But anyway, through the S-bends, Brian was a bit, cautious, slower, I don't know. Either way I caught him up. So just give him a little nudge there. Set myself up down the straight. But as you can see, I got a better exit around the corner. There we go. Perfect gear change and not catching him at all. Under braking though, I brake later, so I got past him, thankfully. Turned in, he caught my back, so that sent him wide a wee bit. There we go, just up the road a little bit. My third place was short-lived. I get a penalty, and past he comes. Raymond's thankfully goes off. Didn't lose a place to him. There we go, on to lap 4 now. And what's that? Oh wait, it's not a shadow, it's Bill. Mr. Amazing makes a mistake. So Bill's down to 4th place and I move up to 3rd. There we go, and my dad went off as well, so both the two quickest guys in this race both made a mistake and let myself and Brian slip through. But that's short-lived. A lap later I make a freaking mistake. So we go, my dad goes past and then Bill follows suit, so I'm back down in 4th place where I started. Excellent stuff. So you go later on that lap now, Bill and my dad are battling away. My dad's drifting, Bill's taking a wide line trying to pass him somewhere. Both through the chicane tidily, and as you were. There you go, come around the corner here, my dad's going a little bit slow. Bill didn't realise he was going to the pits and almost clipped his rear end. Now we look down the straight again, I have no catching Bill whatsoever. A couple laps later though, my dad passes me while I'm in the pits, making my stop. A couple laps later, Bill's in the pits, and he comes out just in front of me and all panic set in. Managed to pass him cleanly though. And then next lap down the back straight, I was a bit cautious on the brakes, and Bill I think he got a bit short about my braking, and he went dives up the inside as he had nowhere else to go. But we'll let him off. So we'll run down, coming up to the S-bends. It's running a little bit wide there, you can see a bit of a gap, try and get a good run through here and catch him down the straight. But no, I decide I'll take a shortcut. Excellent. There we go anyway. Couple more laps on, Brian makes his pit stop, I move up to 3rd place. And a couple laps again, Dan makes his stop, so up to 2nd. Next lap, I decided to jump in on a three-stop strategy this time around. So there goes Brian comes past, my dad comes past as well. So 3 stops, eke it out as much as I can. So just a little bit down the pit lane, Stuart comes flying past as well on older tyres. So I caught up with him in no time at all. Went to make a dive around the outside, but I think he was a little bit slower than I expected, so I ended up hitting in the back of him. Yeah, we're down the straight line speeds can be pretty much the same, but I'll make a move into this corner here. There we go, he's earlier on the brakes and I just dive up the inside. Quite unexpected that where he braked there, I was not expecting that, but I got past him anyway. There we go, lap 24, Bill's in the pits, and here we go, deja vu. This time I actually muck it up and go out wide. And as you'll soon see, I think this mucked up my race. It's all Bill's fault, we'll say that much anyway. The next lap, Brian was in the pits, I managed to pass Brian, knowing I had to make one more stop, and here it is. I knew he'd come past me, but it was a case of fresh tyres and just gun it for the last 7-8 laps. Well, 6-7 laps, whatever it was, 7-8. So you go, Brian goes past. So I set my 2 fast laps of the race in that final stint, and it still wasn't enough to catch him. That mistake I had when I passed Bill, and I had 2 awful laps following my 2 quick laps, and that just didn't help. But I was easily catching him at 2-3 seconds a lap, so one more lap or 2 less mistakes and I've had him. But it was a good race anyway. Bill gets home in first, my dad second, Brian gets third, I finish in 4th. Stuart comes home in 5th place, Reemans gets 6th, Rennie gets 7th, Phil in 8th, Chuck in 9th, Dougie comes home in 10th, and Brian does not finish, but he gets the points for 11th place. So, final race in the Evos and the Imprezas. Like I said, next week we're on to the Red Bull Juniors. First race at Mount Panorama, Bathurst, whichever name you would like to call it. But for now, I will leave you with the standings for the first half of the season and the pictures from this race. So I'll see you all in the next video, and thanks so much for watching.
There's no